I'm gonna start off this story by saying, how is your summer going? Because I'm telling you guys right now, my summer is not the best. And one way you guys could make it better is hitting the subscribe button and also leaving a like. And on top of that, if you do want to watch these crazy stories live, just join me live on Kick streaming, telling these crazy stories face to face. But once again, one thing I'm super embarrassed about that I did back when I was in high school was faking an entire vacation. And I took things to extreme lengths to the point where I made sure no one found out the truth until today. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba and welcome back to an insane story. So today's story takes place back when I was in high school. I remember it was my grade 11 year and it was the summer of. And I remember 2 weeks before school ended, I remember hearing throughout the hallways and basically throughout every classroom how everyone was gonna have an awesome summer. And everyone was talking about how they were gonna go to Disneyland and how they were going to go on vacation somewhere where it's super fancy like Hawaii or Australia. And well, me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The only plans I had for summertime was to do the Devil's Tango. So obviously, I wasn't having the coolest summer like everyone else. So every time the conversation was brought up about what we're doing during summer, I didn't say anything. Because obviously, I didn't want people to think I was a loser or, you know, I just really cared about my self-image. Anyways, one time I remember I walked into my classroom that I was supposed to be in. It was towards the last final week of school. And I remember when I went in there, I sat down and I saw everyone grouped up together at a table group just talking about the cool things they were gonna do. And I remember there was this one really hot girl that was there that was talking about going to the Bahamas. Now, I've never been to the Bahamas. To be honest, I barely travel. I won't lie to you guys. Even nowadays, I barely travel. But I remember she was talking about going to the beach, laying out on the bikini in a resort, and basically talking all like about how like her daddy's rich and how they're gonna go on like a crazy vacation. And obviously, they were all surrounding this girl, basically listening to her talk about her fantastic vacation she was gonna have that daddy's paying for. So I remember what I decided to do was, you know, listening to the conversation, and then that's when she saw me. Now, this girl that was really popular knew about me, but she never actually like, you know, spoke to me or talked to me normally because, you know, I did the Devil's Tango a lot. But I remember when she saw me, you know, leaning into the table group, listening in, she ended up pointing me out saying, "Hey, Bubba, what are you doing this summer?" I'm, you know, going on vacation like everyone else, is what I said. "Oh, really? Where are you going?" I'm going to the most expensive place on earth." I remember everyone looked at me super weirdly because obviously who says that? And then that's when this girl decided to say, "Oh, so you're going to Dubai?" Yeah, I'm going to Dubai. My dad owns like a lake house down there, and afterwards I'm gonna travel to Paris, and then yeah, I'm just gonna be traveling almost all around Europe basically, and then going to Dubai after. You know, just having a great vacation. She ended up looking at me saying, "Wait, so you're going to Paris, then Europe, then Dubai?" No. I'm first going to Dubai, then I'm going to Paris. You know, it's just the whole trip's planned out. Me trying to sound cocky as if I knew what I was talking about. And then afterwards, I remember she said, "Oh, that's like a really expensive vacation. Who's paying for it all?" Oh, me. You know, I saved up a lot of money throughout the high school years, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna go have a grand vacation, is what I said. And then that's when she said, "There's no way you saved that much money." And then that's when I ended up saying, "Well, I mean, it's a family vacation and my dad won the lottery recently, so, you know, just a normal thing." "I never heard about your dad winning the lottery," is what she said right after. And this is where I pulled my BS card and said, "Oh, well, like, you know, my dad owns like, you know, a major company. He's like, you know, multi-millionaire, so money's never really an issue." Which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't come from rich people, by the way. My dad's very middle class and so is my mom. So, you know, speaking about me, you know, being rich was really weird, but at the same time, I just wanted to make it sound like I was cool enough and not sound like a loser that was gonna be at home all summer playing video games and doing the Devil's Tango with random matches on Tinder. She ended up looking at me and basically saying, "Oh, well, like, here, add me on Snapchat. I would love to keep track of your vacation." What is what I said? And this is where things get weird because I remember when I added her on Snapchat, my plan was to unadd her right away. But obviously, I remember me and this girl actually started talking before the school year actually ended. And I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty flirtatious and she really liked me. I have no idea why. I was hoping that it wasn't because I said my dad was a multi-millionaire company owner. But you know what? I don't know. At the same time, I got to see a free pair of cherries on my Snapchat once in a while, so I wasn't complaining. Going on though, 1 week later when the school year ended, I remember I was at home just like chilling and stuff, and I ended up getting a message. I got a message from the same girl that was picking on me a week before, telling me, you know, about how I was gonna go on vacation and stuff. And then she ended up telling me, "Oh, like, so are you packing your bags? Like, are you excited or what?" Yeah, I got my bags packed. As I'm literally pulling out the luggage from under my bed and filling it up with clothing that I'm not not even gonna go travel with. I remember I ended up taking a photo, and she ended up sending me a photo of her luggage that she was taking. And then she ended up messaging me saying, there's no way you're only taking one luggage. Oh, the rest are at my dad's yacht. We're just gonna, bring it from there. Which makes no sense, by the way, because why in the world would I leave my luggage at my dad's yacht? I don't know. I wasn't thinking straight, and to be honest, my dad doesn't even have a yacht. I don't know. One thing led to another, though. One thing I started realizing was that a lot of people that were in that table group started spreading out the word that my dad was a millionaire. And on top of that, everyone was talking about how basically I was gonna go on vacation to like a bunch of places. And it got to the point where many people at my school thought I was gonna go on the best vacation ever, which I mean, I guess was the goal in some way, even though I was really doing nothing. I remember I ended up getting messages from my friends saying like, when I was coming back and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it got to the point where I had to lie to my friends just to make sure that the word didn't get out that I was actually staying home all day beating my left nut. Sorry. Anyways, going on. I remember I started freaking out and stressing, and it got to the point where I remember I had to do something to make sure that people thought I was actually going on vacation. And luckily for me, one thing that this universe has is Photoshop. And luckily for me, I know how to use Photoshop. So I remember I ended up going on my computer and started downloading pictures of Paris, Dubai, all these crazy things, and basically just, photoshopping me in vacation. I'm not gonna lie, some photos were very unbelievable, and some photos looked actually like I was on vacation. I remember over time, like in a span of like 2 months, I ended up just posting me going on vacation and stuff. And the thing that was really hard was that I would always stay home and I would never go out. I'm not joking, I didn't go out for 2 whole months. I was at home the whole June and July. It was actually really depressing and actually really sad the more I thought about it. But at the same time though, I got all my guns gold on Black Ops 2, and on top of that, I kept up with all the cool Storytime video games that I enjoyed. But obviously, I remember it got to a point where things were getting pretty lonely, and I remember one time my mom came downstairs in the middle of me beating my meat saying, Bubba, what are you doing? Oh, sorry mom, what's going on? Bubba, I'm worried about you. You don't go out. You want to like talk about it? No mom, I just don't feel like going out nowadays, is what I said to her. And one thing I realized was that being at home for like 2 months straight is actually really depressing. I don't know how depressed people do it. I know I can't. So I remember one time I decided to basically go for a drive. I remember I got in my car and I started driving around just to go quickly pick up some food, because obviously, I don't know, I just need to get outside once in a while. But then out of nowhere, I remember I ended up getting a text message, and it was weird because I told no one not to text me because I was traveling. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But basically, I got a text message and someone sent me a photo of my car, of me driving my car, and the message was, wait, Bubba, are you back in town already? That's not me, is what I texted back. And then I ended up saying how like, oh, like that's like an old photo, it seems like, or I don't know, something. And then that's when the person said, no, like Bubba, I swear that's you. No, it's not me. I basically did the Roderick rule, where basically all I would do is deny. Obviously it didn't work out because people started, messaging me as well saying like, oh, like people say they saw you around. But obviously at the end of the day, I remember I just kept denying it over and over, to the point where, funny enough, people started believing that it wasn't actually me and it was just someone with the same car as me, which is surprising that people believe that, but hey, it's whatever. I remember the 2 months went by, and then afterwards I ended up going in front of my house one day, and I ended up posting a photo of me posing in front of my house saying, I'm back home. And I remember a lot of people ended up messaging me saying, hey, welcome back, like we should hang out soon, tell me about your trip. And then I remember the girl that ended up, making fun of me and basically made me do this whole thing in the first place ended up messaging me saying, hey, like I just got back like 2 weeks ago, but like how was your trip? It was awesome, is what I said. And in that night, I remember she ended up wanting me to come over and talk about the trip and stuff. So I remember that same day I ended up getting in my car and going back to her place. She ended up messaging me saying how like, I should take time to unpack and stuff, but I didn't care. I wanted to do the devil's tango. Like I faked going on vacation for almost 2 months. Like, come on, bro. So then I remember I ended up driving over to her place, and then when I got to her place, I remember me and her, we started like, talking and stuff on the couch, and it led to me basically doing the devil's tango with her. And I remember after we did the devil's tango, she ended up leaning over towards me saying, oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're so adventurous. Yeah, 100%. And then that's when I realized that I was super guilty and super, well, evil for what I did. But at the same time though, I mean, at the end of the day, the devil's tango is the devil's tango. Anyways guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.